Hey, it's Fat Stormtrooper from Daft Ticker Gaming. Today I'm just going to have a look at the community market like I often do, and I'm actually going to look at the group of unusals, which are the assassin grades. The assassin grades are not the elites. The elites are typically rarer and more expensive. There are a couple of elites on the market that have been stuck there for some time, and surprise, surprise, probably because some of the prices are a little high. This is a demo hat, which actually looks okay. It's a frag-proof fragger, but I don't really think it's got much popularity. There are a lot of them on the market, and I just want to have a look at some of the effects and prices. At the lowest price, Dead Presidents. Now, Dead Presidents is not a bad effect, but it's not a high tier effect. Orbiting Planets, again, is a pretty hopeless effect. Kilowatt. Now, Kilowatt actually looks okay. $65 Kilowatt, and it's a relatively high grade item. Dead Presidents here is 95, but down here is 61, so that's actually a fairly good deal. And again, you've got a Kilowatt for 93, but you've got a Kilowatt here for 65. And that's a nice effect, especially on a night map. So just make sure you check all the items down the bottom. Circulating TF logo. Some people like this. I'm not overly popular with it. It's just like free advertising. Orbiting fire. This one here, dead presidents. Again, steaming. Not so good. Searing plasma is not a bad effect too. I don't know if, because of the popularity it had, I don't know if it necessarily commands what it's doing there. Searing plasma again, so shop around. Kilowatt, and again, if you go back lower down, you've got something substantially cheaper, same effect. Circling heart, nuts and bolts, circling peace sign, hippie, and sunbeams. This is the first real high tier effect, sunbeams. I guess compared to other hats, I mean, if you're a demo main, it's certainly something that is pretty nice. Scorching Flames, again for 200 keys for this hat. Scorching Flames, so there's obviously more than one of them. So they're not. This is not a bad looking hat. Things like Kilowatt you can get relatively cheap, so you can get some side effects. There are some god tiers available, but they're really it's really a hat that's if you are a demo main, which I am not. We'll go on to the cat's pajamas, which I think are a nice item. I have a cat's pajamas. This is Dead Presidents. It's a hood. It's not a hat. It's a hood. I like that assassin grade hood. It's not a bad hat. Dead Presidents I'm not so convinced with, but it's a good hat, and they're actually becoming more sought after as the pyro mains scoop them up. An unusual turn to this is a taunt that came out. And the same series with the Bat Saber. So basically, it was a so-called special taunt, and it's a taunt that's actually now relatively cheap. The Steam market is probably there are lots of them around. Some people are still deluding themselves a little that they're worth. Mega Strike, Infernal Flames, about the cost of these things, but really I think Showstopper for $50, that's not a bad taunt. It's nice. Midnight Whirlwind, You're Dreaming, Showstopper for $35. Showstopper, man, that's not bad. Now that's not bad. The taunt market has been sort of, to some extent, stuffed up by Steam. I mean, 30 off 32 for a Showstopper. Holy Grail for 32. Like, holy shit, man. Fountain of Delight. Holy shit. Screaming Tiger. Holy shit, these are really high tier taunts. Holy Grail. Oh man, I could get a little collection of these fuckers. Silver Cyclone, lower tier, Midnight Whirlwind if you like those things. But you know, if you're under $20 you can get a half decent taunt. The Whirlwinds and Cyclones don't look bad. Not my cuppa tea, but you know, what the fuck? I mean, you know, this sort of shit, man. I'm coming back later for that shit, man. You know, I'm coming back for that shit. Yeah, Birdchester's a good taunt. It's Birdchester. It's reminiscent of Alien and where the alien pops out of Ash's. Is it Ash? Yeah. No, was it Ash? Anyway, no, that I don't know. The guy that in Alien, it pops out of his chest. Anyway, that dude. No, Ash was the android that tried to stick the newspaper down Sigourney's throat. Is that right? Yeah, I think that is. Anyway, unusual Mohorn. Mass flies. Go home. Nah, not playing for that. Nah. Starstorm Insomnia. Again, it's a nice looking effect. Tesla Coil. Starstorm Insomnia, Neutron Star. So you've got some of these old Halloween effects. I think the pick of them would be probably that one, Starstorm Insomnia. It would look good. They do look good. There are a few of them round. They're probably oversupplied, but you know, yeah. Bruce's Bonnet. Bruce's Bonnet can look quite good, especially if you're playing a medieval map. It looks pretty cool, really, because demos actually do well on the medieval maps because they can become demo nights. Nothing really there for effects that grab my fancy, but certainly there are a couple of effects there that could be good. The Legendary Lid is a hat that I really didn't appreciate initially. These are lower tier ones, Nuts and Bolts, Orbital Planets, Green Confetti. They actually have taken off in price, and there are a few lids around that actually have become quite valuable, like Scorching and so on. The Unusual Pestering Jester. Nothing worse than somebody fucking handing your ass while they're wearing that hat. If they hand you your ass in a game, they kill you. And they run off with that fucking hat. It's almost as bad as the Elfin one. Yeah, some fucking jester killed me. Yeah, you feel good about yourself then. Tesla Coil, Blizzardy Storm, Tesla Coil. Tesla Coil, lots of Tesla Coil, but still $100. I think that should probably come down. There are too many Tesla Coils around, but it's a nice effect. Blizzardy Storm, again, not really thematic to the hat. I think Tesla's more thematic. Dreampipe War Paint. Okay, this is a hot battle scarred, and for $245, it's okay. I probably would think about it if it was Isotope. I'm not impressed. This is a minimal wear Warhawk Flamethrower. Now the good thing about this is, I mean, this face. I've got Warhawks. I love them, and I think they're an item that, especially minimal wear and factory new, they're an item that's is definitely collectible and nice as a pyramid. That's generally what they go for, more so in Isotope, but I mean this is actually pretty good, maybe a little cheaper, but it's not a bad thing. I mean, I like this flamethrower, and if I didn't have one, I'd probably buy that. There's another minimal wear here. This is a cool one. I mean, some people get these and they name them Fire and Ice and stuff, but again, similar thing. It's a nice item. The plumber's cap is like reminiscent of the Mario cap. I think I have a plumber's hat. I do have some plumber's hat, and this is a strange unusual, so that's why I think they're supposedly thinking it's worth 500. I don't know, I don't tend to go for strange as much in hats, but certainly steering plasma is a nice effect. I think that's a little bit steep, but anyway. Day Jogger. Day Jogger is assassin grade. I mean, I don't know, it's not a misc. If it was a misc, I would be all over it. I would be so all over this. I mean, if that was a Scorching Flame misc, and I could do it with other items, but it's not a misc, and that's the tragedy of it. I avoid it because it's not a misc, basically. A misc is an item that can occupy an alternative slot with a hat, so you can get multiple unusual effects. This is a psychedelic slugger. This is field tested in hot, and it's got kill streaks. The psychedelic slugger is one of the prettiest pistols in the game. I love them to bits. I've got them, so I don't really need this one. Yeah, that's what you pay for them, more or less. You can get it a little cheaper, perhaps. I think we talked about Pipe Dreams. Is this the same Pipe Dream in hot? I think it is. The Aztec Aggressor. I've seen some really good effects with the Aztec Aggressor. Bubbling is probably not one of them. Nuts and bolts is not one of them. But I've seen some people with some of the electrical effects, and this looks nice in game. Killstreak Sun Flurry Sticky Bomber. Okay. I mean, it is a assassin grade. I have never really liked the colour of this item. I just don't think it. I just don't think it fits. Orange handles with urban cam, not my favourite. A Warhawk grenade launcher. Now, a Warhawk grenade launcher is part of the Warbird collection. It's got these teeth down the bottom. It's got this insignia here with the parrot on it. This is isotope, field tested. I like this gun. I do like this gun, I'd be honest with you. It's not all that bad a price, really. Probably a bit more expensive. If that was minimal wear or factory new, I would buy it. I wouldn't pay that for field tested, though. Personal experience, personal thing. Mosaic Warplay, isotope, battle scarred. Not really my favourite. If it was factory new, I'd pay for that, but I'm not paying for it like that. Number 3. Pink Elephants. Now, pink elephants are another one of the game's really, 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 really pretty items. This is a pink elephant in cool. Cool is not my favourite, but it's festivized as well, which doesn't matter because thanks to Steam you can now take festivization off, which I don't always like festivized weapons. In the past you couldn't take them off, and it was crap. I mean, it is nice. Remember how I was saying the other one before was an urban cam and then had those orange handles? This is pink and electric. You know, it is. It's nice. This is a minimal wear one, which is not festivized. Okay. It is cool. It's a nice looking weapon. I guess. Would I get one in cool? Probably not. But you know, this collection was great. It had a couple of pistols in it, the flash fire. But yeah, the thing that really, the pink elephant is just one of the game's great looking weapons, and that's what the assassin grades. Sometimes the assassin grades may not be as rare as the elite inverted commas, but you've got the psychedelic slugger, you've got the pink elephant, you've got a Warhawk grenade launcher, and from the pyro point of view, you've got, of course, this. Where's the pyro? Probably someone's already bought it, bastards. You've got the. Oh, where did that come from? An unusual shell shocker. That's also not an ugly weapon. That's actually not a fairly nice weapon. You can get newer ones that have much better greed, some of the like uranium and stuff. So it's probably lost some popularity, but it's not ugly. But the other one was the flamethrower, which for some reason, oh there it is, the Warhawk Flamethrower, which is another classic item. So you don't have to necessarily go for elite items when you've got these really great assassin grade items that are around. And here's a kill streak flamethrower with a little face on it. It's a Warhawk. I like it. It's just cool. You see someone running along with that and you think, wow, okay. So I just to blow my bags about what I think about the assassins and the fact that sometimes they're underdone and people sort of go for elites, and some of the elites, to be truthful, are but ugly. Just remember, assassins, they're relatively rare compared to the blues and the purples, but they sometimes have a lot to offer, and sometimes in actual fact the best weapons or the best hats or the best paints from a collection are found in the assassin grade paints rather than the elite piece.